And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like restraint Arnold. Name?
My man.
Okay.
Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic.
That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog.
How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can
expression.
you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
how
I
do you do
mean,
it? Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when
try
it's
this
time,
with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're having a thriving and thrilling Thursday. Actually, we're starting off with a bang today. Yeah, I said it. But like I said, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful one. And thank God, all jokes aside, thank God, with this particular story that we have coming up here very shortly, thank God these guys are okay and all that. Everybody's okay in this particular story that we're going to be breaking off here as our front page story of the day. But it is still very, very wild. I'm sure they survived by the skin of their own teeth. You know what I'm saying? So, real talk, we will be talking about that very shortly. But I hope you guys all had a wonderful one. Unfortunately, today's show is going to be fairly short because I have some things to take care of this morning, okay? But we do have a lot of things that we're going to be going through with y'all, some things to laugh at, some things to talk about, some things to gasp at, like I said. And we got to do a little recap about Bill Cosby, of course, as well, because there's some people going, huh? Because some people still live under rocks. Hey, I don't know what you do in your humble abode, but at the same time, some people just don't know. All right. So, good morning to everybody who's filing in and all that. Please be sure to hit that like button down below. All right. We got to start chopping it up, of course. I got my boys in the house. These dudes. David and T, what up, y'all? What a guan?
Man, everything is good here. Some interesting stories today, for sure.
Facts.
Yeah, that's all I got for today.
Good morning, everybody. It's all good. It's another beautiful day. We're still alive. Let's enjoy it.
Yes, it is. What is it? It's a beautiful morning, y'all. So hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself. And some people are appreciating life right now out in LA. Let's be real. Some of these guys that are out here, real talk, are going, thank you, baby Jesus. I am still on this planet, okay? So it's a nice reminder for them at least, and for everybody else, that it is a blessing to be above the ground, all right? Every day above the ground is an absolute blessing, y'all. Absolute blessing. So just a small, quick reminder of that, okay? But we got to jump into the news here. Like I said, we got a very short show and there's a lot to cover. So we got to get into it. You know what I'm saying? And this one's different because T is leading this story today. So, T, what's a guam, bruh? What's going on with this explosion in LA, man? Speak on it, brother. You're muted.
Okay.
Oh, no, my bad. No, that was me. My bad. That was on me. Sorry about that.
It's all good. It's almost July 4th, and we have some premature explosions going off in LA. There was a huge blast that ripped through southern central LA on Wednesday. It happened when police detonated some seized fireworks in an armored vehicle. 9 police officers, one ATF officer, and 7 civilians were injured in the explosion. LAPD police chief said that the vehicle should have been able to withstand the blast. LAPD and ATF investigations are underway to determine what actually went wrong. A 27-year-old man was arrested for possessing the explosions or explosives, and he's also being charged with suspicion of child endangerment because there was a 10-year-old boy inside his property. The suspect, Arthur Sejas III, is being held on $500,000 bail. Overall, 17 people have been injured after the LAPD seized a cache of homemade fireworks that eventually exploded when they were supposed to be destroyed by the bomb squad, damaging cars and smashing windows in homes. Police called in the bomb squad almost the evening after a tip led them to seize some 5,000 pounds of illegal homemade and China manufactured pyrotechnics at about noon. The LAPD decided to detonate the explosives inside of their bomb squad vehicle. They described it as having 40 homemade devices the size of Coca-Cola cans with simple fuses and about 200 smaller but similar devices. The material was taken to a total containment vehicle, which is like a multi-ton semi-tractor trailer rig. And it's supposed to be able to detonate at least 10 pounds of material at a time, but they said they detonated a whole lot less than that. So, unfortunately, everything went wrong.
No kidding, man. And, you know, we got the footage here that we're going to take a look at because this is some wild stuff, y'all. This is some wild-ass stuff. We're going to take a look at it because, you know, we all love to see the crazy footage that goes on. Now, the bomb squad brought it into their truck, correct? Is that right, T? They brought it into the bomb squad truck, right?
Their intentions was to detonate it safely inside the truck, but unfortunately things went wrong.
Yep, this is when things go terribly, terribly wrong. Let's take a look at this footage. This is crazy. Look at this. Bruh. That's insane. That is insane, y'all. It completely destroys the truck. Now, wait a second. Hold on. Let me get this right. This was in somebody's home? This was in somebody's possession?
This is, yeah, I mean, right. Yeah, they had 5,000 pounds of fireworks. Yeah.
That's insane. Now
I'm wondering.
Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering, like, I mean, obviously, to me, this looks like somebody made an error within the bomb squad or whatever. So I'm wondering if maybe either they overloaded the canister before they did the detonation, or somebody didn't lock it down properly and the explosion broke free, and that's what caused the destruction of everything. Because, I mean, this obviously doesn't happen. Normally it doesn't happen. I mean, because normally you can detonate actual explosives in these things and they don't explode like this, like things that are designed to cause large amounts of damage. So my thought is that it's probably a user error, or perhaps, I guess, this little box was already compromised, like the mechanics didn't make sure it was fully safe. But I'm pretty sure this one comes down to, unfortunately, user error at somewhere.
Yeah, man, because I mean, look, it's doing just fine, and then not so much anymore. There it is, gone, dead and gone. And I'll say this too. I do appreciate that no one really, there was no deaths, right? There was no fatalities in here. You know what I'm saying? None whatsoever, right? So that's something that I have to, kind of like point at, because yes, there were 17 injuries, but at the same time, no one was like really like, there were no fatalities. And I have to say thank you, Jesus, to that, because look at this, y'all. This is crazy. Like, this is, they were not kidding. But at the same time, why, guys? Can we talk about this for a second? Due to the fact that it is, 4th of July is coming up here very, very soon. Hold on, I want to show you guys like what it looked like from the ground floor and all that. But this is what it looked like from the ground floor real quick. I'm not playing the video, not playing the audio because there is, I mean, it's just car noise and street noise and everything. But as you can see, look at that. That's insane. That's an entire block just covered in smoke, right? Now, the thing is, I got to ask y'all, like, what's up with everybody trying to have the most, like, epic, most ridiculously over-the-top fireworks in the world? Why does this happen? Why is it so important to go and buy ridiculous amounts of fireworks to the point where a bomb squad has to go get the stuff, take it out, and it does that? It does that to their truck. Why are people so hype up and trying to stop everything in their power? Like to like go out of their way to get illegal fireworks to pop off. Why?
I'm assuming that. Sorry, Dave. I'm assuming that he was going to actually probably sell some as well. With that much fireworks, he probably was a distributor, as well as like a fan himself. So unfortunately, this happened. I mean, it's also error on the LAPD side as well. I mean, that truck was like an oversized pressure cooker. So it was only a matter of time before something went wrong if they didn't check everything carefully.
It's just so. What were you gonna say, David? You were gonna say something?
I was gonna say that it sounds like they described basically these large red canisters. So those are probably M1000s, which are basically the same as they're like those little M80 sticks you see, except they're much bigger. They're like 5 or 6 times that size. A lot of times people will combine a bunch of M80s and then sell them for a larger explosive. So that sounds like what these people were doing to some degree, because those are illegal to manufacture or possess or sell. But you can make them and you can still get them, obviously, especially if you go to like Mexico or something and then come back across the border without getting spotted. So that's my guess, is they had a lot of the M1000s there. They're called blockbusters as well. They actually do cause damage to the ground sometimes. So that's my guess, is they were using those. They're also called quarter sticks because they look like a quarter stick of dynamite. They're not actually dynamite. They're they're mostly for display still, but they still cause massive damage just because of how large they are.
You know, it's like I said, I don't get why people still will go out of their way to say, I want to have the best fireworks display in the history of fireworks. So I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to spend a copious amounts of money to go buy as many, illegal fireworks as I can, right? So I can pop them off in my backyard. To me, it's ludicrous. That's all. You know, you could always go down to the local fair and they're doing it right there for you. You know, they got professionals that do that stuff, that know how to do this stuff, and they can get it done for you, y'all. You don't need to have how many was it again? T? How many? How much?
5,000 pounds of fireworks.
5,000 pounds. 5,000 pounds of fireworks. That's insane.
2.5 tons, right?
Yeah. That's insane. That's insane, y'all. I'm just saying, there's better things to do with that money and your time than to buy something to let you that you're just going to set off and have it explode. Like I said, it's just stupid. Stupid. Thank God no one got hurt, but at the same time, you spent all that money.
They got hurt.
Well, I'm sorry. No one died. Thank God no one died. But at the same time, you spent all that money for you to go and watch a full bomb squad truck get completely destroyed. And now that's going to be on you. You know what I'm saying? That's fully going to be on you now. That's ridiculous, y'all. That's ridiculous. Anyway, thank you for the $5 super chat. Red Sings the Blues. I will be in contact with you. I guarantee you that. Like I said, still working on a few things before I make any confirmation of anything. So I will be in touch very, very soon. I'm going to be in the middle of a lot of stuff at the top of this month. So I'm just trying to figure some things out. So you hear it right now. I'll let you know here very, very soon. But thank you for the $5 super chat. But we got to go into the next story. We got to go into a recap of Bill Cosby being emancipated, being released from prison, charges dropped, all right? A court in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, has made a decision to drop all charges against Bill Cosby. And it is the craziest story that we covered yesterday in a impromptu pop-up live. We covered it all, but we do have some more information or, some reactions from some of the people that are alleged victims of Bill Cosby. David's got the story. What's good, man?
All right. So just today, actually, the BBC ended up releasing an article because they interviewed several of the people who alleged that Cosby had performed sexual acts against them. So what we're seeing here is, according to Miss Constant, who is one of the lawyers involved in this, not one of the lawyers, one of the victims involved in this. She's basically said that this decision is not only disappointing, but of concern that it may discourage those who seek justice for sexual assault in the criminal justice system from reporting or participating in the prosecution of the assailant. Her attorneys pretty much supported her there. And when Cosby was released, he pretty much immediately tweeted, "I have never changed my stance nor my story. I have always maintained my innocence." So dozens of women have accused Cosby of sexual assault, but he was only tried criminally for the incidents against Miss Constant. No one else tried to criminally charge him over the issue. He was ultimately convicted in 2018. So there were a few of his other accusers spoke out, such as Patricia Leary Stewart, who's told CNN, "There were more than 63 of us who came forward in the end. I'm wondering what the purpose was of the 43 years of this ordeal and the trauma that I had and the trauma that my family endured as a result." And also Janice Baker Kinney accused Cosby of giving her pills and raping her in the 80s, told WPVI TV, "I am stunned. I am shocked and my stomach is in a knot. One legal ease can overturn this when so many people came forward." And of course, there have been celebrities adding their own things coming in on this. Generally, it looks like Hollywood is siding against Cosby as far as that goes. And there are other, so activists and actors are also coming out. One of them, whose name is, actor Deborah Messing, said that "This is sickening. My heart is with my sister survivors. We have work to do." And Anita Hill, chairman of the Hollywood Commission, which works to stop abuse in the entertainment industry, said in a statement that "The Cosby ruling demonstrates how failure in our criminal justice systems make accountability for sexual assault impossible. Sexual assault, harassment, and extortion happens in workplaces every day. Systems that ensure accountability for powerful abusers protect workers and prevent agreements that shield abusers are urgently needed in the entertainment and other industries." And so this is generally what you're seeing. I'm not going to go through all the actors because they obviously don't matter as much as the accusers. I was just speaking of that one to give an example. But there have been about 5 accusers total come out since yesterday and saying that they think it is unfair and that it's unjust. And they seem to hold to their story that he sexually abused them. Obviously, again, as you may remember, this was not thrown out, or this was not removed because the evidence was like bad. I mean, I guess it's kind of weird to put it that way. So Cosby, he went through this trial, and then he was ultimately released because of evidence that should not have been submitted that was submitted. That does not mean that the other evidence that was properly submitted was false or anything. It doesn't even mean that those extra 5 statements were false. It just means they were not vetted properly, and they were not fair to introduce at that point because their veracity was not checked completely. So that's part of the problem, was that we don't know that those 5 additional testimonies were fully vetted, and that's part of why this was thrown out.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the last one. The last actor I do want to mention is Felicia Rashad, who played his wife in The Cosby Show, and she wrote on Twitter, "A terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected." And obviously, some of his coworkers, like her, are supportive of him because they do believe in his innocence.
Yeah, I mean, he's going in like that's what's interesting is that Felicia Rashad is getting thrown basically kind of under the bus on certain sides of the fence. You know what I mean? Because obviously this whole situation, this news is very polarizing. Some people are for it, and some people are not for it. And Felicia Rashad is for it. And of course, she's sitting there going, "Finally, justice is, finally he is, he's being emancipated, and that this wrong has been righted, right?" But now she's getting thrown under the bus for having his back. Now, I don't know what her story is. I don't know what her background is with her relationship with him and whatnot. But at the same time, she knows some things that maybe other people don't know, or she sees a side of him that maybe these other women do not see. So I mean, like I said, this whole thing is very polarizing. I personally am sitting on the fence. I'm in between. My whole thing is I want to see solid evidence. I want to see the evidence, but I'm not going to sit there and say that none of these women are I'm not going to sit here and say that they're all liars. Sure, there might be a few that are just trying to grab a quick bag, but at the same time, I do think that there are some that are saying some truths. But if they could have some evidence that could help the situation, I think then they would be throwing him back into jail. But here's the other thing I'll say as well. Like we talked about in the other show, right? In yesterday's pop-up show, this is going to be most likely going to be brought up to the Supreme Court. So then it'll be in that court where they will make a final decision if this man is guilty or not. So, ladies out there, the victims of Bill Cosby, be sure to have solid evidence. Solid evidence. That's what you need. If you have any of those things, bring it. Bring it into court. Bring it during that situation. Then you will find full justice. But you got to make sure that the prosecutors aren't corrupt. Let's be straight funky. The prosecutor's office was corrupt as all get out. They were basically defaming his name and who he is as a character rather than what he had done. And of course, everything that was going on with that, as far as how messed up and corrupt the system was, and how they corrupted the system. I'm sorry, that's what I was trying to say. Now, the thing is that obviously it's not going to be the same prosecutors this time, but you just got to make sure that everything you have is ironclad. It is solid evidence that without a shadow of a doubt, this man is going to go back into prison. So that's why I'm on the fence. I've made jokes about him being thrown in jail in the past. I have, because I believe that he was guilty. If you have all these women that came out saying all these things, it says something. But at the same time, though, as time goes, because that was years ago, as time has gone on, there has been more and more questionable things that have presented itself or revealed itself as time has gone on. So yes, of course, there are questions that pop up. So now I'm on the fence, because I'm not going to sit there and say, like I said before, that all these women are liars. I just can't do that. I just can't. That's insane. 80 some odd women that have stepped forward, and all 80 aren't telling the truth. That's insane to me.
And
that's insane.
I have a small testimony from 2006, because people were asking about the Quaaludes.
Yes.
If he forced people to take them. So this is very short.
Sure.
But the question, why didn't you ever take the Quaaludes? Cosby says, because I used them. For what? Cosby says, the same as a person would say, have a drink. So you gave them to other people? Cosby says, yes. Did you believe that at the time it was illegal for you to dispense those drugs? Cosby says, yes. How did the doctor know you didn't plan to use them? Cosby says, what was happening at the time was that Quaaludes happened to be the drug that kids, young people were using to party with, and there were times when I turned to them just in case. The next question is, when you got the Quaaludes, was it in your mind that you were going to use those Quaaludes for young women that you wanted to have sex with? And Cosby responded, yes. So based on his testimony, everyone that took them was willing. Basically, the crime there was that he was dispensing Quaaludes that were supposed to be for personal use.
Exactly.
However, it seems as if everyone wanted them, or at least accepted them, knowing what they were, according to Cosby.
Bingo. And you got to remember, during that time, Quaaludes were a thing. You know what I'm saying? Quaaludes were definitely a thing. I forgot what the some of them were like. Apparently, like with according to Wolf of Wall Street, that movie Wolf of Wall Street, there was something called a lemon. There were Quaaludes called lemons or something like that. I'm probably misquoting, but they were apparently like super strong and very rare and hard to get. But when you get them and you take them, you just go into a whole other level of high, right? But the thing is that that was a thing in the 80s. That was a thing that people took. You know, so him going, okay, you know, I had this so I can kick it, so I can have some fun. It's like saying, it's like Keith Richards being put on, put to trial because every single time that he gave a girl a bump or two and had sex with, you see what I'm saying? If they were willing to take that line and then end up in the bedroom with the guy, how is he doing something wrong? But at the same time, we don't know the context of what's happening in that room. We don't know the context of the body language, etc. We don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But Quaaludes at that time were a thing. People were all about them back then. It was like the fun drug, you know? So I feel like a lot of things can get lost in translation, especially when you're on something like Quaaludes. I mean, they ain't no joke. Let me just tell you, they no joke. So anyway, like I said, I'm on the fence about this whole situation. I think that if the prosecutors, if it's on the technicality of the prosecution being corrupt, then hey, got him. You know what I'm saying? But if he really did what he did, then yes, I look forward to hopefully this case being brought up to the Supreme Court and they actually bring him to justice. But like I've said before, there has to be no corruption going on, and there has to be solid evidence of what's going on. His testimony that you just said a second ago, that you just read, any person would respond the same way. You know? So I understand you have weed. Yes. What do you have the weed there for? To smoke and have fun and relax. Oh, okay. I mean, it's the same thing. You can replace ludes with any other drug, basically. And in my mind, it's going, okay, it's just recreational. It's a recreational drug that he's using for fun. He's with all the, the higher ups and the creme de la creme, models and actors and, probably politicians, kicking it, having a great old time. They're like, hey, let's kick this thing up a notch. You know what I'm saying? I got some ludes, baby. You know what I mean? You want to do some ludes? And then it's next thing you know, they're like crawling on the ground, just, gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, it is a very big, it's a much bigger conversation. And we were not there. We are not flies on the wall to see what happened to these 80 plus women. But at the same time, I do feel that some are speaking the truth. I do feel that. I do. That's why I'm saying take this to the Supreme Court, find justice there, come in with solid evidence. That's it. Come in with that solid evidence and kick him back into prison if you have solid evidence and not corrupt prosecutors. Boom. So, David, thank you so much for that recap. I really do appreciate that, because that's some information we do need to know. We weren't able to get that other piece yesterday because we did it so quick. That story, we were like in and out in 25 minutes. So I really do appreciate you, giving us that extra information. But we got to go into this next story, y'all. Like I said, today is a shorter show than usual. This one is shout out to Noli. Noli D. She sent me this video that is just, for me, just absolutely heartbreaking and just honestly unbelievable. I still don't believe this is actually what happened here. And of course, this just dropped like last night, I think, overnight. Okay, because the last time it dropped like last night in the middle of the night. This is coming all the way from the UK, and there was a child apparently handcuffed and restrained in an elementary school in the UK, and the mother is picking her child up from the school, and she's seeing this whole situation. We have to see this video for ourselves. Of course, we don't have the full scope of the story as of yet because it is still very, very brand new. But to me, this is just despicable. Real talk, this is just full on despicable. Let's take a look. Like it says, unbelievable. Child handcuffed and restrained due to Dukery's Academy not providing proper care. Let's take a look at this video.
Now. All right, so shall I take you up so we can go and see it?
Yep, I'm recording. That child has got handcuffs on. This is going on Facebook.
I would suspect that that's not
I don't give a shit. And I'm a nurse, and this has took me a lot to get me wound up. Oh, don't you think I've thought about him for the last 16 years, Lord? 10 years? So don't preach to me about I've got to think about Rayan first. Do not preach to me. Right, I'm recording this because I think this is a...
I want you guys to see this. I'm pausing it for a reason and interrupting the view, the video for a reason. Look at what I know. It's very, very fuzzy, but as you can see, there is I'm assuming this is a teacher and this is a security guard. Okay, the teacher is holding his legs, holding this poor kid's legs, and then the security guard is holding him back, holding the kid's arms from the back. Just saying that real quick. Look at this.
Absolutely disgusting what you're doing to a child that has got disabilities. This is what the Dukery's Academy have done to my son today. This is what county have done to my son. They have let me down.
Can you help us?
No, I can get him. Come on, come on, baby. Come on, darling. Come on, sweetheart.
Can I come with you?
No, you can leave me alone. You can leave me alone with him. Right, get them off. Right, so we have cuffs on a 10-year-old, 11-year-old child. Yes, I'm aware that he's assaulted a member of staff because this academy have let him down.
All right, darling.
And it is going on Facebook and it is going to county, so expect shit.
All right, Mum. Okay.
Get him out of them cuffs now.
He's in cuffs. Just saying that again. Just making sure you guys know this. This poor little kid is in handcuffs. For what?
This child will be no longer attending this academy. He will be no longer attending at all. You want to take me to court? Feel free.
Let's focus in on making sure we answer.
Have you made him safe? Have you made him safe? No.
This is not the time for this conversation.
You know something? I'm a professional nurse. I've worked 13 years in the healthcare, and never once have I had this to a child.
Stay still, sweetheart.
To an absolute child, you're a disgrace. Right, come on, babe. You're an absolute disgrace. Let me out.
Okay, calm down.
This is an absolute bloody disgraceful academy. Oh, it's going on Facebook, Ryan. And it's going to County this afternoon. Do not contact me at all.
No, she gonna contact you with a lawyer. Real mother-loving talk.
Send it to Parkgate, because at least they're a decent school. You're an absolute disgrace as an academy. A disgrace. Which way do we go? Never in my million years have I had this with a child. Ever. When you all get your asses into gear and you decide to expel it, feel free to contact me and tell me that you've let County know what an absolute letdown you all are. Absolute disgrace. So this is the Dukeries Academy. That are no good for children with educational needs. That assault your children and put them in handcuffs.
What's wild to me is she is also being escorted right now by security. What's she gonna do?
Does this look like a child that's aggressive?
So, there you have it, y'all. That video in all of its glory. Now, we have covered this several times on this show. I've done a million pop-up videos about schools and how they properly, how they react to children. We've talked about teachers telling the kids that slavery is okay, or slavery was needed, arguing with the students. We've seen on this show teachers throwing things at students. We've seen stories. We've even talked stories about 9-year-old girls getting handcuffed and maced in the face in the back of a squad car. But this one is new. And we've seen paddling. We've seen kids getting paddled right in front of their parents because that child acted up, or they broke a computer screen, but they get paddled in front of their parents. And this ain't even on American soil. This is going on in the UK. Now, of course, we don't know the full scope of what happened in this particular story. I have to say that out loud, okay? First and foremost, because we do not know. All we know is from when the video starts, when the camera or the phone starts playing, hitting record, and when the video ends, when the video starts and the video ends, okay? So all we know is what we saw. So from what we saw, who says that they can actually handcuff a child and then restrain that child, holding their arms, holding their legs, restraining them? Now, I understand if this child, she said this child has special needs, it's a special needs child. It's totally fine. But even if that kid is having an episode, that does not mean that you have security run in, handcuff him, and then you hold him down. There's got to be a better way of getting this taken care of, ladies and gentlemen. Most definitely got to be a better way of getting this taken care of. Fellas, I want to hear your thoughts on this. T, since you are obviously an educator, you know what I mean? You are a teacher. I want to hear your thoughts on this particular situation, because if this was happening in your school, Sorry, not the handcuffing part. I'm talking about if you had a child that was lashing out, let's just say, having an episode, right? Special needs kid, regardless. It doesn't even need to be a special needs kid. It's just a kid having a bad day, right? And they lash out in any type of way. What is the standard procedure that you guys abide by when something like that goes down?
Okay, well, these situations are, I'll say this, very, very sensitive. There's so much red tape and legalities and regulations around this. You have to be super, super, super careful before you touch any child. I'll say this. If a child is presenting any kind of harmful, dangerous behavior to themselves or to other people, and after you do any kind of, I would say, de-escalating, procedures, and nothing's working, and you've done everything you can do to have the child in an environment that's least restrictive, and their child continues to be self-injurious to themselves or to someone else, then you are allowed to restrain a child. But it has to be the last option, the last resort. And you have to really document everything by the T, or you could be liable for a lawsuit. Also, if any child is special education, like the child we saw here in England,
yeah,
their IEP, which is their individual education plan, which is like the a legal document that is holds weight in court. It has to be approved by the parent or the guardian that child can be restrained if they are having a episode that is self-injurious or harmful to someone else. And the person who is going to restrain the child must be also trained by the state in proper restraints. And at no time can a child be in a prone position while being restrained. And restraints the child must be unrestrained once they actually calm down. So there is a lot of red tape here. Things do vary school by school, but Pennsylvania law, at least where I'm at, those are the guidelines we have to abide by. And, as far as handcuffing, I know that police can handcuff a child at the age, I believe, of 10 or older. But again, any restraint cannot just be a forceful restraint because the child is upset. It has to be, again, self-injurious or harmful to someone else.
Okay. Because, I mean, obviously, this is different. You're talking about, the rules and regulations that are, implemented in schools in America. And we don't know, personally, I don't. Maybe David will sit here and come out with the, well, actually, but we don't know what the rules and regulations are in the schools, in the school system in the UK. But I would think that regardless, if he looked like he was at least 9 or 10 years old, I mean, that was, he was a tall boy, so if he was 9 or 10 years old and say the same rules apply over there, same rules and regulations apply over there, for me, I just don't get it. It's a child. I mean, unless the kid was running after, charging at one of the parents or one of the teachers, I'm sorry, with holding a scissors or a pencil or a sharp object, I can understand them actually handcuffing that child. I can understand that. I can understand restraining them, right? But when it comes to a child just lashing out, let's just say, like I said, we don't know what happened before the mother showed up. But during that time, we don't know what happened. But at the same time, in my mind, I go, okay, well, if that child was just having an episode, right? Or if he was just having a temper tantrum or, anything, does that garner a child getting handcuffed. David, what are your thoughts on this? You're muted, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a hard one, I guess. I don't really see that there is a need for metal handcuffs in this case. Like Mr. T said, I guess, though, it's legal for people that are 10 and older. Even though in the U.S., I know we've seen younger children in handcuffs before. Not that it has anything to do with this case, I guess. But I was talking to someone in chat, and they were saying that they have a child with similar issues and that they've struck the teacher before and become violent and needed to be restrained by the father. So I don't think they needed 4 people or however many in the handcuffs. Though some sort of restraint, I suppose, was necessary at that point. Then I think they did go for it excessively. I think the handcuffs were probably unnecessary because the guy already had him in an arm lock, so his arms weren't going anywhere without the handcuffs. And in any event, the handcuffs can hurt a child, obviously. So I guess I don't really know. I don't think they should have been so rough, but I guess it was necessary to some degree to restrain the child.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, all depending on what he was doing, right? All depending on how he was reacting to the situation, or like how he was reacting, or how he was acting up. Like I said, if it was a situation where the teachers were fearing, I hate to use that word, that phrase, but fearing for their lives, or they felt like they were in harm's way, or if this child was literally running towards them with a sharp object, trying to put harm onto the students or the teacher, then I understand restraining. I just don't get it's a little boy, for crying out loud. To me, it's a little boy. I understand holding him back, handcuffs though? Just doesn't make sense to me.
It's one of those things when any person of power, especially an authority like an officer or a cop, security, or so forth, maybe even like maybe a teacher or a principal, there's a moment where when that authority is like not abided by someone, and some people don't take that really well, and sometimes they assume everything that is not in compliance is oppositional defiance. You did not obey me. You ignore my commands. And there's an instant equal reaction of force. Mm-hmm. So it happens a lot in schools and, of course, by cops in society, where people can't take that. You ignore my command, how dare you? I'll show you who's boss.
Right.
And that's the problem right there, that, the same trainings that we get in education, the similar to what officers get trained in, being cops. It's a lot of mindfulness training, self-awareness training, psychological training, use of force training. That way you know how to cycle through your emotions before you respond to something. And sometimes it gets the best of you. You just do something that you should not be doing on camera or off camera that can get you fired or put in jail yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I feel bad for that little kid. I don't think, personally, I think him being held back, I get it, especially if he was kicking, screaming, throwing fists, etc., just having a tantrum. But handcuffs never. Unless that child was really trying to bring serious harm to any of the students or the faculty there, I just don't see a reason to put actual handcuffs on a little child. But we got to go into a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we got our world news briefing from David, and we got to check out a meth head brawl. That's the only way I could say it. And it's glorious. We'll be right back. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and being a part of the conversation today. If this is your first time checking out this show, like I always say, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do this show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I do a Tuesday through Thursday show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. What I'm very excited about, though, real quick before we go into our world news briefing, I'm very, very hype about this news. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I did where I reacted to a video by a lady by Tay Baby, where she was talking about how why men don't approach women anymore, right? Well, she got a chance to see my reaction to her video, and guess what? She will be on our show live tonight to do a full-on discussion, open up the phone lines, and talk about everything that has to do with things between cats and dogs, men and women. You know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus type thing. I'm really excited about having her on because we're going to go into a very deep conversation about just relationships and how they work and what's up with men and what's up with women and all that. So we're going to have a great, fun conversation. So you guys definitely got to tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm very excited about that. Real talk. But we got to go into the news here. Like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button down below, show some love. Let's get those likes all the way up. I see a bunch of y'all in here, so get those likes all the way up past 60 likes. I'd really appreciate that. You know what I mean? A small ask for what we do here. Don't forget to hit that join button if you get a chance. All right, $4.99 a month gives us the fuel so we can keep giving you guys your stories, your controversies, and your conversations for the day. Anyway, we got to jump into this. It's David's story. It's David's time. So what's going on in the world, man? What have we missed so far, David?
All right, so in Kashmir, for more than a week now, a section of the minority Sikh community in the Indian-administered region has been protesting against what they call forced conversion of two women who married Muslim men, a claim denied by police officials and the men's family, who say the unions were interfaith marriages. Manmeet Kaur, a 19-year-old Sikh woman, and her 29-year-old partner, Shahi Nazir Bhatt, both residents of the Muslim majority's region's main city of Srinagar, fled their homes on June 21st, according to their families and the police. After the woman's family filed a complaint, Bhatt was charged with kidnapping the Sikh woman. Police officials told Al Jazeera that the couple turned themselves in on June 24th and have been detained in different police stations in Srinagar. 2 days later, Manmeet gave her statement to a judge in the Srinagar court, denying her family's allegations that Bhatt kidnapped her. Officials said the two married in an Islamic ceremony held in secret after the Manmeet converted and changed her name to Zoya. They will continue to be held in separate prisons until they are heard by the court. In Philippines, there's been an evacuation ordered because a volcano is probably going to explode soon. It has just been moved to a level 3 warning, meaning that magma intrusions at the main crater are occurring, and they could pretty much erupt at any point right now. So they've evacuated about 70 kilometers of the region south of central Manila, and this is one of the world's largest active volcanoes, and it did explode about 100 years ago and killed 1,300 people. So they're taking it very seriously, obviously, because they already have a lot of issues with the smoke in the suit. But if it explodes, obviously it's going to cause massive damage. So the evacuations have been done ahead of time to try and keep everyone safe. In Sweden, for the first time in 14 years, a police officer was murdered. He died after being fatally shot in Gothenburg on Wednesday, and the officer's death was announced in a police statement on Thursday, which revealed that he died in a hospital following the shooting in Helsingin, Gothenburg. Local police chief Klaus Johannesson called the killing a terribly tragic event and a sad message to receive, while the police statement claimed that the officer was talking to a couple of people on Wednesday evening before he was shot. However, it is still not clear what exactly happened during the incident. National Police Chief Anders Thornberg vowed to dedicate the resources required to be able to prosecute the culprit, though there are no known current suspects. In Japan, Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga reiterated on Thursday that situations with the outbreak are becoming worse ahead of the Olympic Games. The Suga ended up telling reporters that I've said that there is a possibility of there being no spectators for the Olympics. In any case, we will act with the safety and the security of the Japanese people as our top priority. They have had a recent rebound of cases. So far, Tokyo has been largely without lockdown, without much issue, but just before, as we head into the Olympics, they're starting to get a spike. And so they are considering not allowing any spectators whatsoever. And previously, the U.S. has said that Japan is listed as a place that can't be traveled to. It's not clear if that will be lifted up in time for the Olympic Games. And actually, that is pretty much all the major news for today.
All right. Well, shoot, man. You know, I appreciate it. You came in through in the clutch as always. You know what I'm saying? So, David, thank you so much for the information with what's going on in the world outside of the U.S. I appreciate that, my brother. You know what I mean? It's nice to get those briefings all the time. So, you know, again, much appreciated. But we do have to do two things. We got some entertainment news we definitely got to talk about, which is something that is trending right now hard in the paint right now, which is something that I found very interesting. You know what? I'm going to pull this up so that we can all see this together. Real talk. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, because this is very impromptu. I got two stories. One has to do with Meghan McCain of The View, and also Howard Stern is back in the news as well. And we got to talk about that one as well. But one of them is this story coming from Variety. And this is something I found very interesting because this is happening, or it is said to be happening in a little bit. Meghan McCain is going to be exiting The View. Real talk. So, I'm kind of not surprised. I'll explain here in a little bit. But Meghan McCain is departing The View after nearly 4 years on the NBC daytime talk show, Variety has confirmed. As the panel's resident conservative talking head, McCain regularly sparred with her co-host, resulting in many viral and highly rated on-air moments. Her last day will be at the end of the show's 24th season in July. So this very month, because, you know, we're at the top of the month. It's the first of the month. Okay, so The View was created by Barbara Walters in 1997, changing the TV talk show landscape. McCain has most recently been part of the current panel of Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sonny Hostin, and Sarah Haynes. She's the second longest running conservative co-host on the program, following Elizabeth Hasselbeck, who appeared on The View from 2003 to 2013. So that woman was on for 10 years, okay? So, where am I? There it is. A representative of the ABC News declined to comment. I'm here to tell you all this is going to be my last season here on The View, McCain said on Thursday's episode. This was not an easy decision. The thing that we're dealing with has changed. Sorry, you know how it is. Has changed the world for all of us, and it changed the way I'm living my life. McCain has moved to Washington, D.C. during the pandemic, where she has filmed for the show remotely. When I said goodbye to all of you in the studio, I found out I was pregnant, McCain said. I came to D.C., to the D.C. area, and we have this incredible life here. And as any new mom knows, when I think about where I want Liberty to, I guess her child's name, to have her first steps, I have a really wonderful life here. So here it is. It looks like she is looking to leave, as we have said. She is going to leave at the end of this month, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are very excited about that. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to be straight funky. I think a lot of people are very excited about that, but I think there's a lot of people that are not very excited about it. A lot of liberals are going to sit there and go, yay, she gone. You know what I mean? I'll tell you this too. I know for a fact Whoopi Goldberg is excited about having her ass out. I'll say that too. Because you know for a fact, you already know she can't stand Meghan McCain. Let's be real. I mean, we all can see that. There's so many videos where Meghan McCain is trying to say some stuff, you know, and Whoopi will like just cut her off. Full on. We got to go to commercial. You know what I mean? Just full on fights because, you know, Meghan McCain has her opinions and so does Whoopi Goldberg. And the both of them are incredibly strong-minded women, right? In where they stand. So for her to be walking away from the show, you know, obviously she's saying, hey, I don't want to go back to wherever the show is being shot at, you know, where the studios are. I'm in D.C. enjoying myself. You never know. She might be wanting to go into politics. You never, ever know. Fellas, what do you think about this around the clock, around the table? What's up?
It's not surprising to me. I mean, I don't watch the show regularly, but pretty much every time I've watched any part of it, Meghan McCain and Whoopi were fighting. They seem like they have a dislike for each other. It kind of goes both ways from what I can tell, always cutting each other off and yelling at the other person. But yeah, I guess I'm not surprised. They seem to have a toxic relationship to begin with.
But that's how they make the monies. See what I'm saying? That's how they pay them bills, right? The whole purpose of them being on there is to argue, right? Have opposing views. Have the drama going across either via Zoom calls or via sitting at a table, you know, at their table, sitting across from each other, arguing about things. That's the whole purpose of the show anyway, right? Having differing opinions on the same landscape, on the same platform, right? Hearing different voices from different women that walk different beats and are from completely different corners of the world, right? And hear their thoughts on things, right? So that's the whole purpose. You know, the whole purpose is to get Whoopi Goldberg or Meghan McCain or any of the other women on the show riled up. But notice, they're the loudest voices in the room. I don't know the other people really. I mean, you got Joe Behar, okay, but she's been there since like the dawn of the show, right? She ain't never left, right? But we're not talking about her. Most of the time we're going, Whoopi said this, Meghan McCain did that. You know what I'm saying? Or Meghan McCain and Whoopi Goldberg are just boom, you know what I mean? Bashing heads. And that's what a lot of people tune in for the controversy, for the conflict. Now that she's gone, it'll be very interesting to see who they bring in to take over that spot. I also will say this too. I'm thinking maybe Meghan McCain is tired of the backlash, the constant backlash for whatever she says. You see what I'm saying? T, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I don't know much about The View, honestly. I don't know who Meghan McCain is.
We've covered her on the show a couple times. Like, we've played clips on the show. So you've seen her.
Yeah, I've seen her. Yeah, I've seen her. I just don't know much about her, unfortunately. From what I read from the headline, she was tired of being ganged up on. So I'm assuming that's probably one of the motivating reasons for her to leave the show. But again, if she's purposely playing a character, I don't know, then that's part of the act. But if she's really being offended by her voice not being respected, then I'm not gonna understand why.
Yeah, it's. Go ahead, David.
I was gonna say, as far as her views go, like I said, I'm not an expert, but she seems mostly to hold the same views as her father did, John McCain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously she's some of her views are a little different, but for the main point, she seems to kind of hold that more moderate conservative view that McCain represented. And I think at least on the left, a lot of people considered him the kind of moderating voice amongst the Republicans. So that's kind of the place she holds. She's like right oriented, but still in that kind of moderate area, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. I mean, to me, happy trails. That's what I think. I mean, it is what it is. She did her job on the show. King Timma just said, and this was exactly what I was going to say. You read my mind, man. King Timma just said, she's John McCain's daughter. I know, because she has to remind us every 5 seconds. And that's the damn truth. She'll be like, my father, when my father, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, all right, we get it. We get who brought you into this world, right? We know who your father is. But at the same time, she did her job. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. She came in. She had the opposing views. She spoke on the conservative side, and she did her job. And people, she was always making headlines, etc. Or she might be trying to spin off and do her own thing. Let's keep it straight funky. She might be trying to do something with Fox. You never know. You never, ever know. There's probably something else going on. This is chess, not checkers. So you never know. She might be moving on to her version of greener pastures. And hey, more power to you, girl. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Sharon on Facebook said, could you imagine if Tomi Lahren took her place? Please, oh God, please, let's not make that happen. Please. Actually, she did shoot her shot in the past, and that is what destroyed her career. Tomi Lahren's. Lahren or Lauren, I don't know how you pronounce your last name, but it ruined her career when she was talking about abortion and how she was pro-choice, and everyone was like, you know what I mean? Because she was always on her show, being an advocate for pro-life, and you're going, wait a second, you're lying. You can't be you can't be a true Republican if you for pro-choice. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? Didst thou say that? How darest thou? And everyone lost their minds. Go ahead.
Someone in chat was talking about Candace Owens, so I was thinking that too. Like maybe McCain will show up on Candace Owens' show, her new show, or something like that. Start working there.
No. Sorry. Sorry. That's a little. No. And then no. Just don't do that, please. Just don't. Don't make that happen. Don't even speak it into existence. All right? Because somebody said something about her being thrown into, thrown onto the View. Please no. Whoopi Goldberg would have a field day with her. Actually, I feel like the entire show would be both of them just button heads the entire show. Whoopi Goldberg would just go and would do everything in her power to destroy Candace Owens. Live on the show. I don't know if we're. I mean, I feel like a lot of people would be ready for that, but I don't think I'm ready for it personally. You know what I mean? Just
ratings
saying.
will go up to the roof. I tell you that.
Ratings would go skyrocket through the roof. My Lord, but you know, Candace Owens got her own thing going on, man. She got her own thing. Let her stay in there. Put her over there. Let her stay over there. You know what I mean? But they're trying to put her out there like, you know, she's like the next. She's like the next conservative. I don't even know what it is. I can't even find a comparison. So we'll see. Go ahead. What?
Oprah?
Do not put that woman's name and then put Oprah in the same damn sentence. How dare you?
All right, Tyra Banks. Here we go.
Sure.
On the show right now.
What? Yeah, no, Candace Owens has her own show. Yeah, and it's almost like it's like a conservative version of The View, and she has men in there too. You know, it's like a round table type of thing. She talks about certain things, but the whole thing is like her being a super troll. Like she's just trolling everybody. She's a troll, man. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Wendy Williams. How about that?
No, because Wendy Williams, yeah, but she doesn't talk. She doesn't talk politics, and none of her stuff is like on a hardcore conservative narrative. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Candace Owens is just that. Like I can see her taking over. Oh my God, I'm about to say it and I'm saying it anyway. I can see Candace Owens taking over Tucker Carlson's slot. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I see her being somewhere on Fox, saying her stuff, Tucker Carlson style. Like, you know, her going, there goes the neighborhood. Yet she is.
Yeah, that's true.
She dis, not dis.
See, I was thinking they were going to do that with Chris Tatum, but the right likes
Brandon Tatum?
a lot more.
You talking about Brandon Tatum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, Chris Tatum. I was like, where's his country song coming out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Brandon Tatum. Because like he has been working trying to get on that big Fox main broadcast, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
he trying.
I don't think they'll pick him over Candace Owens simply because of the appearance, basically. Basically, yeah. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. She's got that appearance that seems to make a lot of white conservatives happy, and I think Tatum is like he's got that gruff view.
No, because he looks like a brother. No. Hold up. Pause. Hold up. No. That's one of the things that's okay. Now we're going off on the we're going off off-roading here real quick. Here's the thing about Brandon Tatum, okay? See, now I'm even doing the Brandon Tatum gestures and stuff. Let me tell you something about Brandon Tatum and how it is. And ladies and gentlemen, ladies, let me tell you something about Brandon Tatum. He looks like he is a brother. He is a brother, but he's conservative. And that's what is his selling point. So you got a guy who looks like, you know, you can see him in the club, et cetera, blah, 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 you know, decked out and what have you. But he has that, but he can still clean up nice, et cetera. You know what I mean? But the thing is that people are leaning into him even more because he is a brother. He's not Candace Owens squeaky clean. You see what I'm saying? So he does have an avenue that works for him. You see what I'm saying?
I guess it's
full on.
Like, I mean, it's what Biden said about Obama. He cleans up nice. He's one of the few that can clean up nice or something like that. So,
right.
I mean, it's the same principle.
Right.
Oh, damn.
So
damn.
is facts. But you see what I'm saying? He's a brother, but he has conservative views. But he's not too extreme. He's not wearing he don't have dreads. He don't have twisties. You know what I mean? He not doing all this. You know, he don't have all these tattoos all over himself. You see what I'm saying? He's pretty clean, but he's still got that brother vibe, if that makes any sense. So people go, well, if Officer Tatum is saying it, then that's okay. I can rest easy. But that's literally why he does so well. Then you got Candace Owens, who, yes, you know, some people will sit there and go, oh, she's good looking, she's et cetera, blah, blah, blah. And then she has her views. And on top of that, she's black.
Yeah,
right?
She ain't all that.
Yeah, she cool. She cool. But at the same time, you got all that. And then on top of that, she comes in with her rhetoric. People love that stuff. You see what I'm saying? Now, Kiki, if I've said it perfectly. Exactly. Brandon Tatum is kind of like the token black guy in the movies. You know what I mean? Like in the movie, he's the one going, man, that's messed up, bruh.
Yeah.
Damn. That's just jacked up, man. Man, you better go and get that girl, man. Or, he is, 40-Year-Old Virgin? Remember that movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah.
Token black guy in 40-Year-Old Virgin. He's like, man, we gonna get your nuts drained, baby. That guy.
They were like
Except
every single
subdued.
line has to be written in Ebonics or something.
Basically. Basically. But he's not saying it in Ebonics. He's Brandon. He is himself. Right. But he is that guy that everyone can listen to and go, oh, okay. See, I'm not racist if it's coming from Brandon Tatum. Bet. Okay, I'm with it. But that's a whole other Charles Dickens story in itself. Okay. But of course, we got to go into this next story really, really quick because unfortunately we got to wrap up this show. And of course, let me just say this too. Not trying to. It did sound like we were ripping Brandon Tatum apart, but at the same time, here it is. He has his own lane. He has built a great following on his channel and all that. And hey, he's built a lane for himself. If he ends up doing Fox or anything of that sort, because I know that for a fact that is a goal for himself. That's a goal for Candace Owens too, I'm sure, to have their own show on television. Of course, why do we all do this? You know what I'm saying? We're all doing this stuff for hopes to go into something better, to transcend from this platform into something bigger, right? So he's doing what he needs to do. He got a lane. People are eating it up. His numbers keep going straight through the roof. He's saying that what people on the conservative realm want to hear, and it works for him. It just works for him. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with him. You know what I mean? And Candace Owens as time goes on. But we got to go into this next story, of course, because this is a new one. Howard Stern is in trouble right now, or he's got a lot of people really, really pissed off. Why? Because I'm just going to read this little article here really quick. Fans are outraged at Howard Stern because after he has signed a $500 million deal with SiriusXM, he has decided to take the entire summer off. So radio jock Howard Stern has finally managed to shock his fans by taking the entire summer off after signing a new deal with SiriusXM, said to be worth $500 million. So apparently it's going to be a 5-year contract for $100 million every single year. Okay? It appears that the king of all media needs to rest on his enormously wealthy laurels and allegedly negotiated a clause in his new SiriusXM contract to give him a break between the end of June and early September. So he taken all of July and August off. All of it. And still securing the bag. Woo! That's all I got to say about this. But SiriusXM subscribers are revolting, saying Stern, who usually spends his time at his Hampton spread during the summer, has to honor their monthly commitment lest they cancel their subscriptions. One fan fumed on Reddit. Howard Stern taking the whole summer off is BS. All right. So Howard Stern has just announced per his new contract that there will not be any new shows after this week until September. At first, he tried to claim they always do this during the summer, then pivoted and said this summer off was part of the new deal he made. So, this man Howard Stern, let me say this. Let me just say this with Howard Stern, okay? This is what happens when you make crap tons of monies, okay? Crap tons of monies, and you have power. Right? You got to remember, this guy was one of the first people to walk over to satellite radio, to XM radio. He had a huge signing deal over there, like when he first walked over there. But he's one of the guys, he's one of the main reasons why people go over to XM radio to listen to him talk and the crazy, outlandish, shock jock stuff that he does, okay? This is called a man with monies. That's all that it is. It's a man with money who's sitting there going, man, I've been working my balls off. I deserve some time off, and I don't see anything wrong with it. Here it is. People want to cancel their subscriptions because he's going to take the summer off. Listen, he's just taking 2 months off. It's just 2 months off. Some people need time off. He old, too. He old. He old. You know how long he's been on the radio talking? Long time. Long ass time. For a long time. Decades, okay? So for him to sit there and go, hey, man, I want to have some time so I can be with my family, be with my kids, etc., be with my wife. I really don't see a problem with it personally. Fellas, what do you think real quick around the table?
Hey, he's a boss. I mean, he has the option to go away in the summer all he wants. But if the contract says something different, then that's something different. But as far as his fans, I mean, they can simply go through his decades long of old content. They'd be all right.
Right. I mean, also at the same time, that makes, distance makes the heart grow fonder, right? So if he takes a few days, if he takes 2 months off, like, hey, what's the big deal? That gives him an opportunity to chill, enjoy, recharge, maybe write another book, do all these other things that he probably wants to do that he can't do because he's busy conducting and putting together a show every single day, 5 days a week. That's a lot. David, thoughts?
Yeah, I agree, I guess.
You guess?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really listen to him. Every time I've listened to him, it's been in a friend's car or whatever. But, I mean, if you compare it to, I guess, like Joe Rogan, I think it's both Spotify, right? Isn't it?
No, Sirius.
No, Sirius.
Sirius XM.
All right, well, either way, like, I guess he's been on Sirius for a long time, hasn't he? I thought he had been.
He on Sirius? He's been on Sirius XM for a long time? That's what you just said?
I thought so.
Yeah,
I guess not.
He's been on there for a long time now.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's one of the driving forces of reasons why Sirius XM became Sirius XM. You see what I'm saying? Because he had, millions of people that listened to him every single day. Then he finally was like, man, I can't do the things I want to do on regular broadcast radio. Sirius XM was like, hey, why don't you come over here? You can curse. You can do whatever the hell you want over here. It's Sirius XM. That's when he was like, and then, of course, they're like, by the way, we'll give you a cushy deal. And then he was like, all right, let me jump over there. And he said, I'm about to do something crazy, y'all. I'm going over to XM radio. And everyone was like, what? And then no one freaked out. Everyone bought the Sirius XM membership. They started listening to him over there. Next thing you know, Sirius XM starts exploding. Now you got shows all over the place on Sirius XM. So to me, he helped Sirius XM become Sirius XM. Without him, there would be no XM radio, period.
Yeah. I mean, if it's in his contract, he's got the right to do so. But as far as his own look goes, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, it's going to piss off his fans, and the fans are what makes him who he is. At the same time, he's got enough money, he probably doesn't care anymore, based on his personality from what little I have seen.
Facts. And I also will say this, though, too. I mean, it is what it is. He wants to take this time off. Like I said, he's been on the radio forever. I don't see anything wrong with him taking time off. Even talk shows, late night shows, etc., take time off. Maybe they don't take 2 months off, but they do take summertime off. They will take like a month to just recoup and relax because they're coming out with content every single day, entertaining you with new stuff and interviews and all that stuff every single day. So I don't see a problem with him taking some time off. And here's the other thing. Everyone's tripping about him taking some time off, and they're sitting there going, man, I'm gonna cancel my subscription. Guarantee you'll be back. You'll be back. I would not be surprised if y'all are stomping your feet and then all of a sudden it's like, September 1st, new season of the Howard Stern show. For a fact, everybody and their mama is going to rebuy their membership and be back on the show enjoying their time. It's like, yeah, Get over it. He's been on the radio for a long time. He's revolutionized talk radio. Really. I hate to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's some people that do not like him. But at the same time, he has done a lot for talk radio. A lot. So those fans that are diehard, shoot, play some reruns. Do whatever you need to do. But like I said, he'll be back in September. Chill. It's all good. Shoot, every man needs some time to rest his head and chill. Shoot.
Miami.
Exactly. But I'm saying even in Miami, I'm still working. You feel me? I think I'm going to be working even harder when I'm out in Miami. But that's another conversation in itself, too. So we got to jump into this last story, and we got to make this one quick, y'all, unfortunately. Now, this is something that I found very interesting. There is a fight that goes on that happened outside of a neighbor, a person's house, and they're having a full-on fight with their neighbor, right, next door. You know, I'm just gonna show this to you guys, and I'm just gonna ask y'all a question. Is this meth?
My old man was right here. Why would y'all? Because that right there made him cry all motherfucking night.
Hold on.
When y'all got out of the car the other day, and my old man was right here, why was y'all being rude? Because that right there made him cry all motherfucking night.
Rude about what?
Laughing at him.
About what?
I don't know. Y'all were sitting, your old lady was sitting right here staring at him, and so were y'all's friends, and y'all were cracking up. When you came out, you looked at him too.
Oh, no, we just got
Now,
back.
don't answer no stupid ass question.
That's not stupid. I'm just asking.
I promise you that every day I come out here from now on, I'm going to make fun of you every time I walk out the door.
Jesus, man.
Every time I go in the door, I'm going to make fun of you.
Well,
I don't
just
care.
like I'm going to do you.
I don't care if you sit over there and cry yourself to sleep every night.
Well, you don't have to.
But if you don't break your ass over there.
I want you to put me out. I want you to do it.
Okay, can I ask, is this meth? I'm just saying, is this meth? Like, I think this is meth.
Man, he can't put you in jail.
I know we
go
can't.
to hell, you son.
Get the hell out of this
I don't
yard.
know, but she's on something.
Yeah, you said he?
She.
Okay, I was
she,
like,
right?
no, that's
Yeah,
a she. Hold on, let's roll this. Hold up.
You got 5 minutes. Get the fuck out of this yard, you stupid fucking bitch.
Hey, you need to quit
Or
calling
get
goddamn
the
names.
fuck over there.
Hey, you do something about it. You call him now, you sorry son of a bitch.
What are you gonna fucking do?
You do something.
Put your
That is meth. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. That is meth. Okay, this is crazy to me. But are they all on meth? I mean, not the person holding the camera. But are they all on meth? And the woman in the pink, is that her mama? Like, I'm confused. I'm trying to figure this whole thing out, but this is just messing around. You know what I'm saying?
You goddamn do something.
I want you to touch me.
I want you to put me out of the
Fucking
short.
bad.
Put me out of the short.
Touch
They
me.
can put you in jail.
You want me out of the short? Put me out.
Daughter.
That meth is kicking in.
Shut up. Just be quiet.
I asked a simple question.
Get the
Missing some
fuck
teeth,
Put
too.
me out.
What did you say, David?
Looks like she's missing a few teeth.
Oh, I mean, what else is new, right? What else is new?
fucking yard.
Come on. No,
I want him to put his
Get
hands
the
on
fuck
me.
out. I'm telling you.
Put your
Fine.
hands on him.
Get
Put
the
your
fuck
hands
out
on
of the
me.
fucking
Fuck you.
yard.
Oh,
Get
they
the
both
fuck
are.
out of here.
Put your hands on me.
Come on. Come on. Get the fuck out.
Oh, your voice got deep. But now it's back.
Come on. Come on. Get the fuck.
You put
Let's
your hands
go.
up. Fuck
Let's
you.
go. You two. Let's
Put
go.
me out. No.
Whoa. Put your hands on. No, you're all gonna
You
get
back
the
the
fuck out.
fuck up.
Get the fuck out. Keep going.
No.
Keep going.
I'm not.
Oh, she just touched me. I'm hurt.
Come on, come on.
So she goes.
Hey, you touch my mama, I'm fucking you
Keep
up.
recording.
What's crazy to me is that the woman in the pink, apparently it's her mom. The woman in the pink is willing to go to the rose bush and try to pull out the rose bush. She's pulling out the rose bush, y'all. Like she's trying to pull out the rose. I'm sorry. She's trying to pull out the rose bush. Why? I'm sorry. What is that? What is that? What is? I'm sorry. Oh my God, meth. Kids, don't do meth. Do not do meth. Don't do meth. Just hold on. There's more. There's more. There's more. Hold on. Hold on. It gets crazy. Hold on.
Go, Oreo, come here now.
Go.
Oreo. Get over. Or, babe, get Oreo now.
Come here, boy. Oreo, come here, boy.
Get along and go over and Tandy.
Unbelievable.
Put diapers on
I
that
am
bitch.
going to sue you for that.
I lost my ring in your yard.
No, I don't care. Get the
I'm
fuck out.
getting my goddamn ring.
Guys, please.
Get the fuck out. Let's go.
No, let her find
I'm getting
her
my
ring.
goddamn
now.
ring. I'm getting my motherfucking
Don't.
Are you
Stop, babe, stop.
Charlie.
Quit acting up or you're going to get the hose again.
Hey, boy.
Oh my God.
Oh, really?
Get the fuck out. Everybody's going.
Babe, stop, babe. Stop, please stop.
Say what you count.
I didn't do anything.
I kind of feel like this guy with the hose wants the meth addicts to shoot him.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said I feel like this guy with the hose wants the meth addicts to shoot him because it should really be.
I mean,
you should expect that.
I mean, this is to me, this is nuts. Okay, this is absolutely nuts. And yeah, he's trying to. I mean, like I said, she threw a brick. She threw a brick. Look at this. She threw a mother-loving brick at him.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Babe, stop, babe.
She throws a brick at him.
Stop, please stop. Say what?
That is a brick on the ground. That is a brick on the ground, y'all. A brick. She threw a brick at the dude. Unbelievable.
I didn't do anything.
I want my goddamn ring.
Stop. Oh my God. Please stop.
Stop.
Babe, please come here. Just stop.
I'm getting my ring.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm getting my goddamn ring.
Go.
Is this white trash or no?
I mean,
curious.
this is just full on ridiculousness. Okay, now here it is, real quick, because we don't have a whole lot of time. I'm gonna have to jump off here very, very quickly. But here it is, y'all. This is what happens when meth goes completely. Takes over somebody's mind, and it takes over a family's mind. Real talk. This is what's going on in this situation. It is full on meth, and that is very, very sad. But I want to point something out though, because you know for a fact that if the tables were turned and this was black people, the whole bunch of people will be saying something completely different, saying, "Oh, this is how you black people handle your stuff," and blah blah blah. Just saying. They would be like, "Oh, this is all ratchet and everything." Just throwing that out there. If the tables will turn, the reaction would be much more vicious. Much more. And they'd be like, "Oh, exactly. This is how black people react. This is how black people do things." You know what I mean? This is how they conduct their problems. But then when we see something like this, yes, it's hilarious. Yes, it's comical. Yes, it's also sad. Because you're seeing somebody who clearly, you've seen a family, or at least the mom and the daughter that were instigating, that started everything. You clearly can see that meth is a bad choice to make. You know what I'm saying? Meth kills. It's a bad idea, and I do not recommend it. This is exactly what happens. This is exactly what happens when you are on some seriously dangerous drugs. Okay? And that is some sad stuff. Fellas, around the table real quick, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I'd say he's got to be careful now. He should probably let the police know because honestly, he might wake up one day with them just shooting his house up or something at this point.
Oh yeah, because that's full on meth. Like I said, that's what meth does. You do some ridiculous stuff. Dave, T, real quick.
It's called the cops. That's all I always say. I mean,
Yeah.
this can go horribly.
Yep.
Call the cops.
Absolutely. He had a choice to sit there and go, "Hey, you know what? I'm out. I'm going to close the door. You guys can keep acting a damn fool. I'm going to call the cops and be done with it." He didn't have to bring out the hose again. He didn't have to bring out the hose. But then also at the same time, the woman didn't have to throw the brick at his head. They could have done this civilly. This could have been very civil, but it didn't go that way. It went straight to 100 really, really quick because of somebody who's clearly under the influence of some seriously heavy drugs, okay? But anyway, that is the show, guys. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who came on. Also, David and T, thank you so much for being on, my brothers. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you as always. Yes.
Yeah, man. I mean, unfortunately, I hate to do that, but I got to jump off, and there's a lot going on this morning for me today. But I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who came on. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Please don't forget to hit that like button down below. And remember this, y'all. Meth kills. Don't do meth. Just don't. It's a bad idea. It's a bad, bad, bad idea. So don't do it. Okay? Do not. Also, I want to say this really quick. Yesterday, I did a presentation last night. That's the reason why we didn't have a show last night. And I'm telling you, I crushed that ish. I destroyed it. So you should be happy about that. Round of applause all the way around. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. Thank you, guys. But yes, had a great one. Got a big meeting this afternoon, or coming up here very shortly, which I got to jump off and take care of here as well. But I'm very excited. Got some really big news coming up very, very soon. But tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be having a conversation with Tay Baby. We're going to be talking about relationships and that viral video, what made her make that viral video, because that went viral, like crazy viral on World Star Hip Hop. So she's going to be on live. We'll be taking phone calls, etc. So don't be shy. Be sure to tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and be a part of the conversation, okay, that we're about to unfold in front of y'all, all y'all asses, okay? I love all you guys. I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. I'll see you guys tonight. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions,